I met Will.i.am and Apple I want to say 92, 93 at a club called Ballistics. And it was a club where all the dancers, MCs would battle different crews. I was from a crew called Tribal Brothers. They were from a crew called Tribal Nation. And we would all meet at this jammy jam, and we would battle. And battling is basically when a group of guys dances against another guy. It's like breaking, but it was freestyle dancing. And when I saw Will, he was actually on the microphone rapping, and I thought, wow, this guy's incredible. He was a 16-year-old beast, because just how fast he was rapping, how animated he was, and just his mic control and just his delivery was on point. When I saw Apple, he was like this crazy, like Tasmanian devil when he stepped on the dance floor. He had these long dreadlocks, and he would just, you know, he did acrobatic type moves, and I was really impressed by that. And the way they dressed was immaculate. You know, they had the old thrift store jackets and the cool polyester pants, and that's the vibe that I was on as well. So we kind of mirrored each other. That was in 1993. Black Eyed Peas was started in 1995 because at the time that I met Will and Apple, they were going to get a record deal with Eazy-E. Fast forward, they got a record deal. 94, they were supposed to come out, but they didn't. 95, Eazy-E passed away. So Will was like, we got to start a whole new movement. We can't use that name Tribal Nation or a tribe beyond a nation, so we got to start something else. So he gets with Apple and says, let's start this group called Black Eyed Peas. So Will calls me and says, yo Tab, you want to perform with us? I said, of course I want to perform with you, let's do this. Will tells me the name of the crew is called Black Eyed Peas. So our first show was at a gangster showcase. Gangsters. And it was weird because we were the weird dudes on stage with thrift store jackets, and then you see all these gangsters throwing up gang signs and like, what up, cuz? What up? What up? Little weird motherfuckers. And you know, we just went out there and rapped our hearts out. We were dancing, and they threw a bottle cap at Will's eye, and it hit Will in the eye. And I remember how angry Will got, and he started freestyling about it, and then they started giving it up to us. And they started saying like, oh, y'all motherfuckers are weird, but I like y'all. Y'all special, man. Y'all got some heat. So from that point on, we knew that we could win over any crowd. Meeting Fergie. We met Fergie in 2001, 2002. She was part of this group called Wild Orchid, and she had been a child star. She was on this show called Kids Incorporated. She was the voice of Sally on Charlie Brown. So she had been in the business for a long time. So we had known of her because of our mutual friend Dante Santiago. When she decided to do her individual project after Wild Orchid, she started working with Will.i.am. And at that time, we were working on an album called Elephant, which is our third album. And we did a song called Shut Up. It was me and Will on the vocals, and Will was singing the female part. And Dante said, yo, you guys should put a female on there. We're like, what female are we going to use? Dante says, why don't you use Stacy? Back then she was Stacy. Stacy? Is she dope? Yeah, she's dope. You should try her out. So we brought her into the studio, and she went in there and nailed it and killed it. She knew about thirds, she knew harmonies, she just knew how to make the vocals sound great. After that point, we started going out with her to clubs and started becoming friends, brothers, sisters, and then we started utilizing her more on other songs like Let's Get It Started, Hey Mama. And so it was a natural progression for her to come into the group because she had already sang on so many songs. So that was the story of Fergie.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna